If you've been here before and you're back for more, I appreciate you to my very core. But if you're new here, welcome. My name is Becca and I tell your own personal paranormal experiences through short stories. If you have a personal paranormal experience that you'd like me to share and be featured on this channel, make sure to message me on Instagram. The link is in the bio. Without further ado, here is today's story. Dustin, who was 15 at the time, went with his two younger brothers to visit his dad and his stepmom in Little Valley, New York for a weekend in the summer. One morning, Dustin was laying in bed sleeping when his dad opened his door and asked him if he wanted to come shopping with them. Dustin was pretty tired and really didn't have the energy to get up, get ready, and go shopping, so he politely declined the offer. So with Dustin still laying in bed, his dad, his stepmom, and his two younger brothers loaded up the car and headed out to go shopping. As Dustin was laying there in bed, he could hear them getting ready, he heard the front door shut, and then he heard the car pull away out of the driveway. With everyone out of the house became very quiet, and Dustin tried to fall back to sleep. So as Dustin's laying there, just about ready to fall back to sleep, he hears two people talking. So he thinks to himself that someone must have just left the TV on from the morning, and hopefully he's able to just ignore it and fall back to sleep. But after about 20 minutes, he realizes that this sound of the TV is going to keep him awake, so he gets out of bed and heads towards the living room. Once he reached the living room, however, he realized that the TV wasn't on and it was actually dead quiet. So kind of confused, he's like, okay, well maybe it's not this TV, maybe it's the TV in my parents' room. So he goes from the living room towards his parents' room. Once he reaches his parents' room though, he realizes that TV's not on either. Now Dustin's kind of thinking, okay, well maybe it was just a dream. Maybe I had fallen asleep and I heard this. I don't know. So he dismisses this event and goes back to his room. Once in his room, he climbed in bed, pulled the covers up, and got comfortable on the pillow. He was laying there for maybe about 3 minutes, and then he heard it again. So confused again, and knowing that he's awake while hearing this, goes towards the living room once again. So again, he heads towards the living room, where he realizes the TV isn't on. Again, he travels to his parents' room, just super confused, thinking that it's this TV, but again, that TV is not on. Now, Dustin could have sworn that the sound was coming from within the house, but now he's thinking, okay, well, maybe it's just the neighbors outside. I don't know what is happening, but I'm going back to bed. So he saunters his way back to the bedroom, gets into bed, pulls the covers up, gets comfortable on the pillow, but this time as he's laying in bed, he's facing the wall, so his back is towards his bedroom door. So as he's laying in his bed, just about ready to fall asleep, he hears something. But it's not the TV sound that he was hearing earlier. He hears a loud thump. And in tune with that thump is the creaking of his floorboards. Then another thump and creaking of the floorboards. He was hearing very loud, heavy footprints. Dustin was absolutely frozen in fear and continued laying in his bed facing the wall. The footsteps started at his bedroom door, and with every thump, the footsteps would draw closer and closer to his bed, until finally the footsteps stopped directly behind Dustin. Once the footsteps stopped, he could still hear the creaking of the floorboards directly beside his bed from the weight of this person. At this point, his heart is pounding through his chest. Every single hair on his body is standing on end, and his eyes are beginning to well up with tears. Dustin knows someone has broken into this house. They think I'm sleeping, and they are standing directly over top of me while I'm laying in my bed. So his brain starts to go through scenarios on how he's going to escape this. So as he's laying there, he musters up as much courage as he can possibly find, flings the covers off, and starts to run towards his bedroom door. As he flings the covers off and turns towards the bedroom door, he realizes there's no one in the room, but that's not stopping him. He continues to run past his bedroom door, out the front door in his pajamas with no shoes on, runs 4 blocks until he reaches his grandmother's home. Once he reaches his grandmother's house, he breaks down and explains to her exactly what he had just experienced. That was the one and only time that Dustin ever experienced anything like that in that house. But to this day, Dustin refuses to ever sleep alone in that home. If you enjoyed today's recording, please leave a comment or a reaction. It's super rewarding. Wishing you nothing but a beautiful, blissful day. See you all on Wednesday. Bye-bye.